All right. Great intro. Thank you, Steel Panther. Ladies and gentlemen, no ladies actually, this is your Week 12 review for the MFFL. What do we have this week? We have the Superstar Division. And we have the Biohazards jumping out to a 2-game lead on the War Pigs, who have fallen to 6-6 and almost out of the playoffs. Bourbonites, Broad Street Bullies out of the playoffs. Bad Company in the All-American Division still holds on to the lead at 9-3. Fighting Sioux and the Kielbasa Kings right behind them at 8-4. Cartel out of the playoffs at 4-8. Let's see, the Power Pack Division. We have the Untouchables, obviously, in the playoffs at 11-1. Bionic Commandos at 7-5, maybe in the playoffs. Fury out, 3-9. Lead Dogs, 2-10, obviously out. Here's what I got. War Pigs fall to 6-6. They are very close to being out of the playoffs. We have 2 games left, but the next closest team to the Pigs is the 7-5 Bionic Commandos. Why is this a problem for the War Pigs? Because the Commandos beat the War Pigs head-to-head. So, Commandos have to lose both the last 2 games. War Pigs have to win the last 2 games to get in. Otherwise, the Commandos will be in. What other tiebreaker possibilities do we have? We have the 8-4 teams, Fighting Sioux and Kielbasa Kings at 8-4. What does that mean for the War Pigs? He's fucked, because the Sioux and the Kings both beat him. So, the War Pigs, if you're that owner, who could that guy be? You're kind of fucked. Yeah, and we won't talk about how much bullshit that is, because we already know that football's bullshit, as evidenced by the Michigan-Ohio State game. And we all know it's just fucking luck, and depending on what referees you got on the field. Anyway, enough of that bullshit. Let's go to the review of the scoring. And we had first the Kielbasa Kings at the Bourbonites. What can I say? Kielbasa Kings are 8-4. Of all the teams on the edge, on the bubble for the playoffs, or in the playoffs, the Kielbasa Kings have the least amount of points. The last 2 weeks, he's got the least amount of points almost anyone had the entire season and still winning a game. That's 2 weeks in a row. Smoke and mirrors, folks, smoke and mirrors. Kings get 29 from Kirk Cousins, Andrew Luck's concussion buddy replacement. That's it. Nobody else did shit. Nobody else got the double digits. Not even DeMarco Murray. But he was playing the Bourbonites, who got 21 from Blake Bortles, and nobody else did shit. 64-49. This game was fucking pathetic. We got Carlos Hyde on the bench for the Kings with 15. Kelvin Benjamin with 11. Bourbonites had 16 on the bench for Tim Hightower and 11 for Kenny Britt. Obviously, there were some choices to be made there. The right choices weren't made, but again, it's all fucking luck, so whatever. Next, the aforementioned War Pigs and the Fighting Sioux. How do I say this with a smile? The War Pigs have been favored by double digits the last 2 weeks and lost both games. Severely underperforming what the experts thought they would get. But we'll start with the Sioux. 23 for Cam Newton, 21 for Jonathan Stewart, and 27 for Antonio Brown. Those are the big 3. The one that really hurt there, obviously, is Antonio Brown, because the Pigs, Roethlisberger was throwing to him and decided, you know what, fuck it. Fuck Corey Maurer, that guy's a shitty owner. I'm going to throw all 3 of my touchdowns to Antonio Brown and stick it up his ass. That's what happened. War Pigs get 20 from Ben, 12 from Jordan Howard, 12 from Rashard Matthews. Nobody else did shit. Season low for LeGarrette Blount. 0 for Antonio Gates, who wasn't even hurt. Yeah. And Jordy Nelson on Monday Night Football got to sit and watch Devontae Adams take over and be the best receiver in the league. Not really, but took all his points. On the bench for the Sioux, Kaepernick for 34. Not that you'd ever start him. Derrick Henry with 12. Pigs bench 19 for Manning. 28 for Trevor Siemian. Why would I start him? Crabtree had 11. Moncrief with 10. Yeah, another fuck you up the ass week for the War Pigs. Yeah! Let's see. Brian Commandos with a big 100 on the nose. Blew the shit out of the Bullies. 34 for Breeze. 28 for Mark Ingram. 11 for Delaney Walker. That's pretty much it. You're well on the way to 100 there. Broad Street Bullies, 19 from Brady. 11 for Ajayi. Nobody else did shit. On the bench for the Commandos, we had 16 for Anunwa, 13 for the kicker, 13 for the defense. Bullies bench, 14 for Latavius Murray, and 22 for Emmanuel Sanders. Yeah. Next, we got the lead dogs. The Biohazards, obviously this game was going to be a blowout. 14 for Wilson, 11 for Ivory, 11 for Austin. Only gets to 60 for the lead dogs. And Biohazards had the Matt Ryan to Julio Jones. Well, not really. Just Matt Ryan. 19 for Matt Ryan, only 3 for Jones. 20 for Bell, 21 for Johnson. That average receiver, 21 for Odell Beckham, who Max Kellerman on First Take on ESPN said is the best receiver in the NFL. Facts. Okay, we got the, who cares about the bench? It was a fucking blowout. Untouchables, 89 at Cartel, 61. This was Cartel's last chance to really have a glimmer of hope in the playoff push, and that didn't happen. Dak Prescott with 20. LaShawn McCoy blows up for 27. Mike Evans blows up for 22. That's all the Untouchables needed because the Cartel only got 21 from Derek Carr, 13 from Tyrell Williams, and nobody else did anything. On the bench, Winston, 17. Devonta Freeman with 19. 13 for Terrell Pryor. 10 for Kelsey. All points all over the place for the Untouchables. Just spewing his points jizz everywhere. The Cartel, 16 for Dalton on the bench. Michael Thomas with 22. Surprising he didn't start him this week considering how good he's looked lately. It wouldn't have mattered. Well, no, it wouldn't matter. Okay. Last game, we got the Fury at Bad Company. Another 61 low points for the Fury. Aaron Rodgers, 22. 12 for Brandon Marshall. 12 for Eifert. That's it. Mariota for Bad Company, 21. 23 for Elliott. 21 for Jordan Reed. You're welcome. 10 for Matt Prater. And it was really just spread out for Bad Company. They had high single-digit totals as well. Fury non-starter, she's got no one. Bad Company, 21 for Phillip Rivers, 23 for the aforementioned Davante Adams, who is such a fucking stud that he just took out Jordy's points and shoved him up my ass. Yeah! All right, that's it for the recap here. I would like to mention 2 weeks left of the regular season. Then free agency will also end, which means you have up until the playoffs begin to pick up free agents. I will also remind all the teams that are already out or almost out like myself, don't drop players now. You're just giving teams that are in the playoffs opportunities to pick those players up because you're, I don't know, fucking lazy. Why would you drop them now? Don't drop players now. There's no reason for you to do it. And I think that's it for the review. Everybody have a great week. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and let you out with some more Steel Panther. See ya.